they approached Spike to direct it, and they had a script, they knew it needed to be rewritten, and it was Jordan Peele, and so we went out to meet him, and he was with several other companies that kind of own the project, and so Spike and I really kind of sat down and looked at the original script and said, okay, so what can we do something with this? And the thing I told him was, I said, hey man, a Spike Lee movie called Blakkklansman, that's pretty good. And of course, the genius of Spike was that he put a K between the two other Ks, Black and Klansman, and it was like bingo. And it just conceptually, it was like I think he saw it too, that there's something here, and then we were able to take the script and kind of turn it into that thing we've been talking about, which is a movie that hopefully entertains, but also tells you some things that you need to know, and we didn't know that Charlottesville was going to happen, but I think when we were working on the film, those kind of, racism was on the rise, and so it made the context of the film even more pertinent. And so when Charlottesville happened, Trump just kind of wrote himself into the script, and David Duke is there, and so it's just like you couldn't have written this. It was like just what we had just talked about in the movie. The way we do it was that I kind of do the first draft, and then I go to New York, and we talk about it, and then I'll go back. He gives me notes, and I'll go back and do another draft. And then the other producers gave us notes as well. But more than anything, I think Spike understood, that Philip Zimmerman, and the real Ron Stallworth, we're a good kind of match to speak to this thing we're talking about in the movie. That his Zimmerman's Jewishness is just as important as Ron's blackness, and both of them. I mean, Philip Zimmerman is trying to is kind of like with Wes Studi's character, and he's kind of connecting again to his Jewish self, and something that he's kind of buried or cast aside a bit. And so he's kind of learns to be Jewish again. And Ron's character, he's not discovering something, but he's trying to navigate his two-ness as well. I mean, he's Black, and he's also a cop, and he's got a girlfriend that hates the cops, and he's got a girlfriend that's just been abused by the cops. And so he's dealing with a two-ness, just like, Zimmerman is dealing with a two-ness. He's being Jewish, and then he's dealing with in white America, and dealing with hate. And so that two-ness thing was the big theme of the movie. How they both navigate being these two different things. I'm playing it out in my head, the whole thing. I mean, that's how I do it anyway. I think everybody's different, but I'm acting the movie in my head. I'm playing both parts. I mean, you're living this movie in your head. And the last draft I always do, when I finish the script, then I go back from the beginning, and I do it several times. I just got to go through it again and again, and I'm living the movie. I'm just trying to experience the film. and you're not at that point, you're not really working on much. You just find little small things that you correct, but more than anything, you're just trying to experience the movie. And that's that thing you're talking about. And that's when, because movies are artistic, and they're also technical. There's a lot of technical things you have to do, and uh, so those last passes you do, where you're just trying to experience it, is really where should be a free flow of the world.